Welcome to the Talk It Out Show. I am your host, Joanne. We would like to let you know that this show is for entertainment purposes only. If you want to look us up on Facebook or Twitter, look us up at Talk It Out Show. If you want to go ahead and email any of your questions to us, email us at talkitoutshow@gmail.com. If you need to physically send any of your questions to us, go ahead and send it to our P.O. Box at P.O. Box 901043, Portland, Oregon 97290. All right, well, hey, as you know today, it looks like it is the Lydia and Joanne show with the takeover like we normally do.
Yay!
Yes, you guys. So, of course, we want to help people out out there. Normally we have a question for our listeners out there, but we want to discuss the things that are going on today out in the world. That's what's going on. So we are going to be discussing the coronavirus and wanting to get some ideas and opinions of, and also you guys can chime in if you guys are watching us. Things that we can do while we are stuck in, like we are basically and doing the social distancing, some people are quarantined, some people are in these different situations. The kids are out of school until April 28th. So a lot of times now we're trying to figure those things out. We're pretty much probably not going to have a summer because they're probably going to go to school through the summer because of that. And just the creative things that you can do. Also, helping the elderly people, food, getting food to people who are in need, all those things. So, I have some ideas of some things too, but one of the things that was on my mind was the homeschooling thing, and Lydia is an expert on it for me, in my mind. She helps me with my son, and now I'm going to be having to do by myself. So, I wanted some ideas. Also too, because some people were saying just, at this particular time, don't force the education thing on kids or whatever. Just kind of spend good quality time and have family time and do things like cooking and things like that. And of course, those are good homeschooling things as well. You know what I mean? Because kids need to know that stuff anyway.
That's good. Unschooling. Homeschooling is not that. There is a difference between homeschooling and unschooling. Mm-hmm. And unschooling is about teaching your kids a way of life. So everything they need for life. So, like with homeschooling and regular schooling, there's algebra, there's all those. Well, you don't really need those things for life. You need to know your addition, subtraction, your multiplication and your division, and some fractions. It's what you need in life. And then you need your reading, comprehension of reading. Because a lot of people can read very well, but their comprehension is not the same. Exactly. And so it takes them longer to get it, so you want them to be able to comprehend what they're reading. Writing is a very good tool because nowadays there's a lot of writing everything. I still believe teaching kids how to type on a computer is very important. Things like they have been taking cursive out of school. This is the time to teach kids cursive and have them be able to read cursive at the same time. Because my thing is, I don't know why they're not teaching it, because you have to sign contracts, you have to sign checks, you have to sign lots of stuff, and you need to have your signature.
So we're going to be sitting there with adults that look like kiddie handwriting.
Exactly. So there's a lot of different things in that. So for people to say, this is the time, yes, this is the time to spend time with your kids, but you're spending 24 hours a day with your kids. Yeah. They do need to have some time where they're sitting down and using their brain for educational purpose. Even if it's doing it in an unschooling way, but figuring out things that they would have to use in the real world where they might have to use algebra or whatever their level of math is. Even though it might not be something they use daily, you can start saying, okay, I want you to, what's it called, where they do all the shapes and they have to do the numbers as a part of math, diaphragms.
Diagrams?
The diagrams and diaphragms. I did.
I was like, wait a minute. I was or when, there's two meanings of diaphragm.
Yeah, so that's what I'm talking about. So,
the diagrams. Okay,
yeah, so teaching them now where they have to draw this and then figure out the things like that. And for parents that don't know how to do it, then look it up on YouTube before giving it to your kids. Because there's so much stuff that's on YouTube that will help raise your kids. You guys can actually put it on TV, YouTube, and learn it together, and then apply it to whatever you guys are going to do at home, and make it fun so it doesn't really feel like homework, but it is their learning and their education. Make a kid write a book, and then edit the book for the kids and make them rewrite it. Those are very good things to do for your kids. And then make them read each other's book and comprehend it. Or make them get a kid's book and read it and make them comprehend what does that book mean. Read it to the kids.
Talk about
or have one of the kids read it to the other kids. And do it that way. Okay. So there's so many different things. Have them go outside, get some leaves, do some artwork. Yeah. Do all kinds of stuff. Yes, cooking is very good, and it's good for math. Yes, so if there's 3 cups and we only got a quarter cup, how many quarter cups do you need to make 3 cups? These are things we'll make them use, and they know it now, and it makes sense. And then tell them the science behind cooking, because baking is a science class of its own. So those are things to think about and keep in your mind when you're talking about education on that end. But again, I know that I'm supposed to believe that coronavirus is really serious. And I'm having a hard time myself believing that it is as serious as the government is making for the schools to be shut down. I don't even know how you went from, it's going to be for us over here in Oregon, it's spring break. So the end of spring break, and then we go back to school, that you guys now already said it's going to be all the way to April 28th. I don't know how that comprehension has came in to how long this is going to last. I think it's, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a CDC, I'm not any of that, but I was asking a simple question yesterday because, everybody's all over the board, and they really are emphasizing, like, Idris Elba has it now, and so-and-so has it because they're black, and before it was, no black people were really getting it, so now, like, we're going to emphasize on this. So my issue is, okay, so if a person has it, what do you do with them? I mean, besides quarantine them, are we helping them heal faster? What is it? I just heard that you sit in the house for 14 days.
Well, no, you got to take care of the symptoms because...
But how do you take care of the symptoms?
Well, the problem is if they have it and it's bad, like it gets to that one stage where the lungs you can't breathe.
Well, you're in the hospital
they have to get the ventilator. That's the whole thing, is having that ventilator, everything. But yeah, it's basically because it's such a transmittable virus.
Everything is transmittable. That's
what I'm saying. But this is one that, like, when you get it, it gets you, like, it speeds up faster. Like, the symptoms go faster to get you, like, to pneumonia and all that stuff. So, and then, like, the old elderly people, their body, if your immune system's not strong enough, then you're just jacked up.
Okay, so again, I'm looking at the whole situation. I get all that, and I have not had a problem with understanding that or comprehending that. But like I said, and then the numbers might have went up since last night or yesterday. I don't know, because I don't really watch the news, so I'm not even going to act like I do. But I know, like, it says that it's killed 300 and some people, so it could be 400 something, because it was like 386 the last time. And it'd be 400, but influenza killed 5,000 people. But nobody's doing anything. Ammonia has killed a lot of people. People are passing around HIV. I even saw for a quick second on Facebook where somebody, because they have the coronavirus, they went to the store and they're licking the cart. And I'm like, to me, it's just like, okay, unless it really affects you, and it's going to affect people that are older, there's going to affect people who got diabetes, it's going to affect people who are not in shape, or when their immune system is not strong enough to handle it. This is who it affects the most. Now, everybody else can get it, but it's not going to affect us. It's really a flu. That's what coronavirus is. It's a flu.
It's a strong one, that's all.
But it's not as strong as the other one. So, again, it's the flu. It does affect people that are older, but it's the flu. So at the same time, as they're telling you to stay away from everybody and you're doing this, what you need to be thinking about is maybe getting you some vitamin C, get you some emergency, get you some, eat fruits and vegetables with every meal. Your snacks need to be fruits and vegetables. Teas. Drink lots of teas. My favorite thing is Simply Orange Juice and Simply Apple Juice. When I'm sick, that's what I get. I get Simply Orange Juice and Simply Apple Juice. Those are the things that do it. If you find yourself not being able to breathe, figure out things. Like, I know that you can be in a steam bath for a minute and then stick your head in the freezer. That opens airways to your lungs. Sometimes you need to put a little honey on a washcloth and put it over your nose. That helps bring airways to you to help you breathe. But if you panic, you're going to really have a hard time breathing. So these are things that I do believe you should have. And stuff. But I think they're really making it. Oh, I understand people are dying, and I understand, but I don't think it's as bad as it is.
Yesterday, which were kind of shocking to me, and it's not deaths or anything. It's just this straight cases. So they let you know how. Let's see how fast it moved. Let's basically say. So March 1st, supposedly there were 60 cases in the United States, right? And it was like 60 cases in like maybe 6 states or whatever, something like that. Now, I think as of March 15th, it was 28,000. Cases, and it's every state, in about 49 states.
But do you understand? I get that, and I think that's what we're looking at things wrong, because my thing is the cases mean nothing. Okay, I have coronavirus, just like it just always says I have it, but I don't feel any different.
You can get
it can get of course it can get fast or whatever, but okay, you have it. But if you test the same amount of people for influenza, it's probably going to be way higher. I think, again, we are over-exaggerating, and I think it's making people go crazy, which is going to make their symptoms go faster because they're so busy worrying and stressing that if you do have coronavirus, and now you're going to really blow it up bigger. I'm not trying to downsize it. I'm just saying you're going to blow it up where it's too big for you to handle it. It's like me hearing it constantly, like every time my anxiety goes up. Like I'm claustrophobic, so when I went to Winco's, I had to go look for a car outside. And so when I went in, I grabbed the car by my coat, and then I cleaned the car off, and I went into the store, which my kids normally clean out the car for me anyway. So I go in, and I'm walking, and I'm shopping, and I'm fine. Before I even got, I think halfway through the store, I couldn't breathe. And the first thing I came up was, I got coronavirus. I got coronavirus.
Not even thinking of anxiety.
Panic attack, because I'm not noticing that how fast the store filled up. I didn't realize it. And because I didn't realize it, didn't mean that my body didn't realize it. So my body felt closed in where I was feeling, I'm focused. Because I'm on Weight Watchers, so I'm over here scared. And the lady over here, so how many points is that? Well, over here it's 3. And if you do this, it's 4. Well, I might as well do 4 because me losing 1/3 fatty. Girl, you know, we having a big old conversation. So I'm not realizing, I'm over, let me get some ice cream because this kid got so good. I'm looking for the Weight Watchers, the dark chocolate dragon. I haven't seen that. We just having conversations, and just so everybody knows, I talk to myself in the store. So I'm having this conversation, the ice cream went to myself. I'm talking to myself because it keeps me remember. By the time I got to the Mexican aisle, which is where the chips are at Winco's, every store is different, so it throws me off because I had to try to figure out where is the refried beans and the salsa because I'm getting ready for the baby shower. And so I get there, and literally right when I get into the middle, right, looking at the salsa, I couldn't breathe. I was dizzy, and I was like, oh no. So I had to call my husband and say, send my daughter in. She's going to do the rest of this. I can't do it. I can't breathe. I'm going to pass out. I don't want to die in Winco's. That's not where I want to die. I'd rather die in a car, but I don't want to die inside of Winco's. That's not the place I want to die. And right now, the way people acting...
they were freaked out.
No, they don't even care. They're like this. Get some toilet paper.
But I'm saying they would have freaked out too. And,
so it just
scared of people.
Yes, and because you talk about your breathing. Anytime I get a cold, it's always my respiratory area. Anytime I get a cold, anytime I'm sick, if I don't care if I get a cold to a flu, my respiratory, I can't breathe. So I can't walk far. I can't do anything. I just can't breathe, and I understand that. But that's what I'm saying. It's like we're making such a big deal that it's freaking me out, and I don't know half the stuff y'all know. Like, I don't think I know more than 10 to 15% of what you guys know. But I think it's more of a freak out. Like, if you're older and you have coronavirus, yes, you need to go into the hospital because your lungs capacity is not going to help you.
No, they send you home and they
quarantine you at home, and that's what I said. So
and then they call you over and over because they did my aunt, and I was so confused because I was like, she was confused because they quarantined her and her husband, and she was like,
and they sent her home,
and she was like, okay, like because they feel fine, they don't feel like they sick. So they don't understand, and then they're like, okay, we're sending them home, and then they just kept calling them. So then it made her stressed out. Like, the hospital was calling us over and over and over.
Because I want to make sure it doesn't go any further, because people probably like me, oh, I can't breathe. Mm-hmm. Oh, let me do this. Mm-hmm. You think of other stuff. And I was saying, they are paying people, well, it's $5,000, now it's $7,000. So they're paying people
to inject
themselves with the coronavirus so they can find a cure. So then I was thinking, they're doing this to find a cure. So if I get coronavirus, I'm just sitting at home.
Well,
and I'm quarantined at home, and pretty much I'm quarantined at home anyway because I don't have nowhere to go.
A lot of the ones that are doing, which is just unfortunate, you guys, and it's just how it is. The ones who are volunteering in the services are the ones out there that are basically on drugs. Their bodies already broke down because they got other diseases, and they offering their body because they're like, oh, I'm sick anyway. Just shoot me with this stuff because I need some money. So I go give me another hit. That's what they're doing. So the ones that they are injecting the virus into, they already messed up, and that's not no good. That's not going to give you no good stats.
No, it will, because their whole stat is to cure it. Their whole stat is not to care if your body is a good body. It's just to cure it.
Yeah, but if I got if I'm out on the street and I'm doing drugs and this and that, and I got all these diseases and this and that, I'm already. I heard about one guy. He got cancer. He only got so far to live, so he was just like, "Well, I'm just gonna let him do it because I ain't got much longer to go anyway."
But if you could cure, their whole goal is to cure corona, not to cure the cancer,
right?
Not to cure anything else. Their whole goal is we need to inject you to figure out how we can give you all types of medicine to cure the coronavirus. Now we might help kill you faster.
I can't do it.
But I know, because I've heard that so many times, well, this and that, but I'm like, their goal is not to care about anything else. If you give up your body
for science,
they're not caring about, it's not like, oh, if I'm going to be a surrogate for somebody, or if, you want to use my eggs, is my eggs good for you to use? It's not that, it's not about your weight and your size and all that. It's just, I'm going to give you coronavirus, and my job is to try to cure it. And if I can cure it, then we can, the pandemic is over with. Yeah. And that's what they're doing. So they don't care if you're on drugs. They don't care. And their body is better anyway because they've already been immune to everything. So their body is stronger than our body. Yeah. Their body is stronger than the most athletic person there is because their body is full of alcohol and drugs. So it's already been fighting. And the alcohol is already preserving their body. They're like having lemons. Citric acid to, get preservatives in the food that we sit there and have, that's what that is. So their body's already been preserved.
That's formaldehyde in the
so they're fine. Now, you or me go up there, we're the ones that are going to die. They're going to be like this. And they outlast that one. Everybody get some alcohol and drink. Because that's the only store that's not rated is the alcohol store. You can go to the weed store and alcohol store. It's cool.
Yeah, I noticed that. That's the ones
they fine. I ain't heard nobody have nothing with that. I did. But I'm just saying, I think, honestly, everybody, we're going too far, and I think they're scaring us on purpose. And I know there's a million cases of people who have a coronavirus, but if they was testing us with influenza or any other flu, you probably would have those too. And coronavirus has been there for many years. It's just, this is the strand 19. And because it did kill some people. And like I said, I feel bad for the people that did die. But like I said, right now you're quarantined. It doesn't matter if the whole world gets coronavirus. We're all just got to stick at home. And that's all it does. And what gets me is, all I keep saying is, wash your hands. And my thing is, what have we been doing?
I don't know who wasn't washing their hands before.
I'm just saying. I wash my hands. I have a fit when I go to the bathroom and I can't wash my hands. I will go, I open the door, and it's funny to see my big butt try to open the door. I open the door. I go in the kitchen. I get some. I got to have. I ended up making my own because we didn't have no hand soaps. I got some Dawn and I got the hand sanitizer and I mixed it together. And so I'm in the bathroom now. I know it's really good because now I got hand sanitizer and Dawn, and I'm just cleaning my hands and as long as you got a bottle of squirt, you're pretty much fine. But I think to me it's really sad. And it's so sad because they're wiping down all the stores, and for people who live week to week to eat, and that's a normal stat, are not having any food.
There's
and
no
now,
food and it goes, there's nothing there.
And it's really sad because some people can only eat a certain way.
Yeah.
You know, I was thinking about me. I said, we're on Weight Watchers. So pretty much we shop every 3 to 4 days because we're on Weight Watchers. I can't live a day without eating oranges since I've been on Weight Watchers. I love my oranges. And it helps me out a lot. But I'm just looking at other people and I'm like, I remember I was looking on my Weight Watchers thing. It's kind of like a Facebook, but it's the Weight Watcher. And the lady was like, I went grocery shopping and there's no food.
Yeah.
I have no food at home and there's no food. Right. And it's like, why should we have to rush to go to the store? Like, I don't understand the toilet paper thing. I went and I remember my daughter was going to give me 2 things. And sometimes when I go, I buy 2 things of toilet paper. And then I was like, well, it's less of us in the house now. And they're limiting us to 2. So that means it's going really fast. I'm just going to grab 1. And that's what I did. I grabbed 1 thing of toilet paper from Costco. And I got my stuff because one thing, toilet paper lasts us a whole month. Really, some left over to the next because I still had some from last month. So I haven't even opened my new pack of toilet paper.
That's nice.
But I'm just like, it's so sad that we are only consumed with ourselves. That we're not understanding that we're taking from everybody else. And I know people are going to go, well, I got some extra stuff from my family. And that's fine. Oh, you got elders and you went shopping. Like, if my mom needed to go shopping for my grandfather, but my mom's not going to take out overly their money. You need about, y'all probably using about the 24 rolls or the 12 rolls of toilet paper. Here you go. Here's some hand sanitizer wipes. Here's this. And, you like fish. And you like, so I'm going to get you this much of this. And you go about your business. And we're fine with that. That's where I'm having a problem. It's like we're overly taken from other people. And
my dilemma is because now that, which people I don't think people understand that I've been just really ranting about this lately, the last couple of days, which I've been mad about is, so they closed schools down. Then they said, okay, you can come get the food from the school that the kids go to, which I was like, okay. So first of all, we got a lot of people still working. You can only go between the time from 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock usually to pick the food up. Then they say you have to have the kids with you. I have 5 kids. I'm not putting all my kids in the car to do a drive-through at your school because it's a grab and go. And my thing is, if my kids go to your school, you should know how many kids I have. I should not have to have them in the car and you physically see them. And my thing is, if I got to sit there and do that every day, that's so much gas for me to keep going there every day so I can do grab and go and put them in my car from that little bit of time so they can grab and go. And I said, I might as well just go to the store, buy me some, bread and some stuff or whatever. No, I know I got some. I can find some. I'm saying, I got, and you know what? I know that it's not good. The noodles ain't good, but you know what? When we in this time, because you know what? When kids is at home, for some reason they want to eat 5 times a day. Instead of this, and like we said, get where the school stomach at, because the school stomach you only eat the breakfast and the.
When you stick at home, you want to eat.
You want to eat, and so it's like, and that's why I said it. And the thing is, like, everyone sit there and got all this food, and then in a couple of days it's gone. And so, for me, and everybody just knows me. I'm a type of person who wants to make sure that everybody's taken care of. So I'm not hoarding or anything, but I am making sure that I go to places that are giving food, especially the fresh vegetables and things like that, because of the fact that like they said, there's a lot of people stuck in the house with stuff that's, processed and things like that. So if we can get some fresh fruits and vegetables and things in our bodies to the elderly people, the people that need or that can't get out and get to the stuff, that's what I've been trying to do. Because I noticed you sit there and go to the store and you buy all that stuff, but a lot of times you're trying to buy meat and, things like that to last. And then you're like, okay, then we ain't sitting there eating no good stuff for ourselves. We ain't got no vegetables and stuff like that. And it was like,
got some food, y'all. We had stuff, bell peppers.
So I'm saying, and that's what I'm saying. So stuff like that, people don't understand. And I have, a couple people, like my cousin, he was out there doing stuff. So I said, I told him, I was able to bless about 4 families with what I got that day. And I'm going to continue to do that throughout the week as I hear about that, because a lot of people are not able to get out. So some people are not able to get out, and you guys check on those family members, check on the elderly people, because a lot of these people, they leaving. I'm noticing, a lot of, within this year alone, just 2020, we have lost so many family members. It's ridiculous. It's just crazy how many people are passing away. So my thing is you guys, we have to, especially if we're in a time where we can do that. Yeah. If we're in this situation right now where we can't go to regular job, where everyone's losing their jobs and stuff too, that's what I'm having a hard time about too, because it hurts my heart to see all these people losing their jobs. And I tell people,
the companies can't keep it up.
But if you do need a job, you guys go to the stores. The stores need, as I said, the stores is where you need to go if you need a job to get through this. But we also too, as just in general, this needs to change our mindsets. Because just like Lydia said, we're seeing so much selfishness because everybody's just hoarding. But we have, first of all, I don't normally get on here and be preachy or whatever. I'm not like that. But we do have to realize that we have a God that is going to take care of us. He's going to take care of us. He has us. As long as you pray, I'll pray for a hedge of protection every day. I pray for a hedge of protection. He's going to provide for me, even if I don't know where it's coming from. And when it gets really, 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 really bad, and I'm like, ooh, I don't have nothing. Like yesterday, it was rough. Everyone knew it was rough for me. But I knew I was okay. I was like, okay, well, and a lot of times when you're in situations, what can you do anyway? And so this is how I looked at it. I said, I can't go to the store, and I can't panic, and I can't do all the stuff that other people are doing because I don't have the money to do that. So I have to be okay in my situation and know that what I have to take care of my family is going to suffice for me because I don't have any other resources at the time to get anything else. And then when I would have the opportunity to be able to get something else and to be blessed, then okay, then yeah, I did. And I was able to try to help others too because I was like, I don't want everybody else sitting here not having nothing because I know that there's other people sitting there struggling financially as well. I'm grateful that the gas is trying to drop down a little bit. That's good. But I mean, now everything's just like a ghost town. And that's why I think for me, that's what I was telling Lydia, it's like I've been having this anxiety because I feel for people because I'm looking and seeing all these people who don't have jobs anymore. I mean, and it's like quickly. Yesterday when I found out about McMenamins, the guy just fired, just let go of all of McMenamins employees. What are they supposed to do? Like, it's like, you just, but all these businesses are shutting down.
They don't have a choice. If they can't open, how are they going to pay you? I mean, that's plain and simple. And the thing about it is, when you think about those businesses, they can't afford to pay you. And you can go, well, they're not making no money and I'm not there, so why did I get fired? Because as long as you're on payroll, baby, that's taxes that they got to pay. And taxes come, you think taxes come once a year like us? No, taxes come 3 or 4 times a year. 3 or 4 or 5 times. Like when we had our restaurant, it comes constantly, and every person is a certain amount, hundreds of dollars for taxes. So no, they can't keep you and still be able to afford taxes if there's no money coming in for that company. So you got laid off. And when the economy goes back up and we can go back to work, then it would be different. But the problem is, again, what I'm saying is we're scaring people. There's no reason why people can't go to work. Until you're sick and can't go to work, then yes. But just because you have the coronavirus, there's a lot of times we might have the flu or cold and our body has not, it's been fighting so much that we don't even know that we have it. So then, but we've still been able to function. We're still been able to do the things that we need to do. And that's what I'm saying is like we're just putting too much emphasis on this coronavirus, the COVID-19 or whatever. And I just think it's just too much. And it does. It makes everybody their anxiety. It makes their everything just all over the place. And I'm trying to figure out how as much as people, that's just always there. As much as people say things or do things, it's just making it worse. I think everything is just making it worse. I think
that's what happened yesterday. That's why that was, we was on Facebook and everybody was like, what happened? Because literally they took everything off of everything we were sharing that had to do with it. Now they just took it off, like, and then it was like, how we in trouble for sharing that? But I think it's because it's creating such a hysteria, basically. So I was like, okay, well, I can see that.
But our thing is, we believe everything that we see here that has to do with the news and everything else. And there's always a backstory. Just like when you do a play, there's always a backstory for every character. Movie, play, script, whatever the script, there's a backstory. And there's always those. And there's going to be people that always elaborate such big things on it. And I also blame the government for the same thing, because my thing is, with them, they could actually tone this down way better than what they're doing. I mean, like I said, my family in New York said they're more scared of the coronavirus than they were of September 11th, and they're in New York, and I'm like, really? Like, you really more scared? I mean, it's really just a cold. No, it's killing people.
A lot of times you gotta wonder what it is. Like, there's something, like, you kind of do have to pay attention and realize, is there some underlying, why are we, there's always something to distract us from something else. And there's so much stuff, other things that are going on in the world as well. So it's like, when we get distracted, right, and we focus on one thing, then we don't understand, we're not paying attention to the other things. We're not paying attention to the kids and the women and that are still being snatched and taken and this and that. We divert our attention to something else, and then those people can get away with those crimes. Like, my whole thing is why would you sit there and tell someone, and that didn't make no sense to me, to sit there and go, oh, well, when you call 911, we'll go only respond to the things that are serious. Okay, well, that's just giving the criminals, hey, let me go start committing the crimes now, because
that's not hard to do with the police. I told you about that one time at the funeral, and they shut down. I called because the neighbor's door got stolen off their vehicle, and stuff like that. And they said, "Oh, we can't send nobody out for a couple hours because we had a funeral."
Oh, that's ridiculous.
So one of our own got killed. Oh, what does that got to do with me? Just like somebody in my family got killed, and they stopped me from doing nothing. So I'm sorry a police officer died, but we still got issues going on.
Well, then that's what I'm saying. So, you know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, you guys don't think that people don't pay attention to especially criminals, people who are trying to do something. They're just sitting there waiting. They're just sitting there.
But my thing is, have you ever thought about it? Look at this. It was so funny because my auntie 2 days ago told me, or it could have been yesterday, and she wasn't talking to me, she was talking to my mom. And she was saying, and President, he's giving $1,000 to certain people, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, how do we got $1,000 to give to anybody when America is so far in debt? It's ridiculous. And I just crack up about that, because I'm like, we so far in debt. Like, when I got bad credit, and I can't get nothing. But America got worse credit than us all put together. And we can't get nothing on our bad credit. but
then how they always find money to go, oh, let me put this. Because when everything went bad because of this, all of a sudden you're going to get, where is $1 trillion? Trillion. Where did that we just got trillion sitting somewhere to go, oh, let's put it back in the economy. Where was that? Like, and what? Like, that's what I'm saying.
And somebody always got an excuse for it. So, like I said, again, if you do have coronavirus, I feel bad that you have the coronavirus and stuff like that. But at the same time,
for you
same time, we all probably got some kind of cold. And we were getting it because we were 6 feet around somebody. We was always around somebody. We was going to the same stores. We was going to the same restaurant. So. I mean, and her flu, to me, I've seen a lot of people with coronavirus, and her flu was way worse. She was one day she was here with us like this, and the next day it was the next day, and I was taking her to the hospital because before I even got the gist of coronavirus, I said you might have the coronavirus, so I'm taking her to the hospital. And they were not knowing that if she did have coronavirus, they were still gonna send her home.
Yeah. And they sent me home immediately when they found out I had it too. They was like, "Oh, just here, wear your mask and go get your medicine and go home." So it was just like, but I was
again. There's no cure, so you having coronavirus is doing away. Mm-hmm. You just have to wait it out like any other cold there is out there,
and do the things that you guys. This is what I tell you guys to do because this is what I've done. I have a household of people. That's how I knew I had it. That's why I tell people all the time. I'm the only one in my household. The only one out of all those kids that don't have asthma. So when I couldn't breathe, I knew something was wrong. That's the only thing I was like, I can't breathe. And I don't have asthma. And then I was using their machine to try to breathe. And I was like, if I'm using their machine to breathe, something's wrong because I don't have asthma. And I'm using the machine and still can't breathe. So something's not right. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is, and what I've done, and I will have to say this, some of my kids that have asthma worse than the others, and they miss a lot of school, they're doing great since we've been at home. They are. I mean, I'm in amazement of how, because every time what was happening was they go to school, somebody cough on them, cough, come home, then I got to drug them up and try to get them, and they would usually pretty much miss the next day. So they got one good day at school, then they miss the next day. Then I just doctor on them, and then I take them back, and then again cough somebody. Then it was just back and forth. They was missing like at least 2 days a week. It's because their immune systems was not that great, and then they're around all these kids coughing on them. Everybody's sick. So what we've been doing is, anything that can boost your immune system, elderberries. We have these tablets that built, and they have been doing great since then. And we do have coughs still, but like I tell people too, don't freak out so bad. It is the time of year where I am going to be coughing because I have allergies bad, and these flowers is out here and everything. I got sinus problems. So you guys freaking out if somebody coughing, they may just have some allergies or sinus problems because it's that time of year. The flowers is out. Yeah. So I have to take my allergy pill or whatever and stuff like that. I'm allergic to a lot of things. So
we just have the coughs over here.
Yeah. They just cough. They just cough all the time.
We just cough. It's just a cough.
Yeah. So it's like people are like all freaking out, and then that's what's scary too because this world has gotten so freaking. This is what made me mad. Why is people starting to be? We always did that with racism. We know that. We that's what our norm, right? But now people are being racist against the Asians and beating them up. Just because they feel like, oh, you Asian, you cough, and they beating them up and stuff. And it's like, what is wrong with y'all? And what is that going to do?
We're evil race. We're evil like a country.
What is wrong? I'm like, come on,
there's
guys.
a lot of good people, but
and nobody's patronizing their stores.
But when we get the evil people, they're way overly evil. Mm-hmm. And we got to worry about some dang murderers and kidnappers and stuff. But the people that ain't murderers and kidnappers, they're way more evil than anybody. Our country's just really jacked up in that area.
It really is.
And I think it's really jacked up the way we're doing it. And it cracks me up because they're like, we don't want nobody from China to come here. We don't want you to go to China. But we're gonna get the China stuff.
We done had everybody.
The mask you get to cover your face for China. So,
it's made in China. There's nothing. This is what I say, and I'm hoping and I'm praying that it can open people's eyes to me, because everyone knows I'm that type of person who always cares about people, want to make sure that they're okay, this and that. But that's what needs to happen. And I will say, even just for our people, I'm just going to say this because every other ethnicity I know will help and take care of each other. I don't know what it's about our culture. For some reason, we always just be self.
It's not just our culture.
No, but we pretty bad. Well, and what I'm saying...
No, it's not. I mean, you're talking about Asians and Mexicans and them. Yeah, they're really good. Yeah. But white people ain't good with their culture at all. And,
that's true.
They're supposedly the majority. And so, no, but they're not. But I'm just saying, but they're not. They're way worse. I've seen them.
Okay, well, let me say this for if she gonna put it, let's put for our culture and y'all white Caucasians out there. Let's get it together and let's stop this because we gotta help each other. Period. This is the time. As I said, we're going through so much stuff right now, and that's the reason why a lot of times it's like to open your eyes and go, hey, it's not just about you. Help other people. And then, like I said, I've had a hard time in my life because I've helped. I feel like I've always helped. And then I'm like, ooh, I just don't be having that. I'd be like, ooh, I just don't have nothing. But I done helped all these people, and I'm using all my skills to help other people. But it's like, I'm not tripping if somebody else can get up. I pray that if they get up or get successful, that hey, they don't forget me. But that's on me. That's the choice that I made. I want to be there for people. I want to see people successful. I want that. People shouldn't just be going, oh, you know what? I can't. I don't want her to be doing really good, so I can't help her because then I'm gonna help her, and then she gonna be higher than me, and then no, that's in their mindsets like that. It's like you want to sit there and go, oh, because she's gonna get more successful than me, she can't do that. I gotta think about myself or mine. This, and it's hard. A lot of times I got frustrated like that because I be forgetting. I got this big old family at home, and me helping everybody else's family. I was forgetting for a long time. But I do pay attention to it more so now, but I also still have a heart for people. I do pay attention to that. I have a family. But also, too, there's people out there, you guys, that the elderly people, there's all these people who they don't have what we have. Our access. I mean, a lot of times I drive around, my cars be looking toe down, y'all. I ain't lying. But I got a vehicle. And some people don't have vehicles. Some people don't have it. And the vehicle can fill up as if I was on foot. It can put more food in the car than if I was on foot. You know what I mean? I can fill it up and help somebody else out.
I think right now there should be a group that just helps like the elderly, and then if you have your family, you help your family. You have to understand right now what we're doing is we're not helping just ourselves. We're actually going broke to take everything from everybody.
I know, that makes no sense.
And then nobody can go to the store to get it. Like, I mean, we're blessed to have food in our household. And also we're blessed to be able to go to restaurant stores to buy our groceries if there's no groceries in the store. But everybody don't have the capability to go to the restaurant stores to buy groceries for their household and stuff like that. And if you are on food stamps, you can't even step foot in any other restaurant stores to be able to benefit yourself in that way. So my thing is, you need to think clearly, openly, and understanding and having that open arm that, yes, and we're going to freak out. But again, like the toilet paper rationing thing, I think it's really crazy because we all, in everybody's household, I don't think people are just throwing away raggedy towels. We wash our raggedy towels and we use them to wipe your behind. Then have a bleach water thing, rinse it out, then bleach wash it in the water, and then put them in a washing machine. And if you don't, then take it out the bleach washer and wash it by hand because the bleach washer already killed it. And then let it hang dry outside.
You gotta go back in the day. You gotta go back. You gotta go back to the basics.
And my thing is, there's always going to be toilet paper if we're not all sucking it dry at that one moment as well. So you would never need toilet paper. The only reason now we're going to need toilet paper because somebody decided, I'm going to buy 40 packs of toilet paper. And they never use 40 packs. They probably don't even go through one.
And now they said the people that did it, they ain't even allowing them because they did it on purpose to try to sell it on Amazon. And now they can't. The guy that hoarded all the hand sanitizer, the couple that bought all the toilet paper, there's a couple who bought there's a whole garage full of Lysol wipes.
At least everybody's trying to be entrepreneurs. It didn't get you nowhere, but at least you try to be an entrepreneur.
They try.
I do advocate for entrepreneurship, but not to steal.
Not when the world is
and you wouldn't need toilet paper to be able to sell on Amazon or anything else, eBay or anything else, if you would have just left some toilet paper there for other people to buy. But because you guys are hoarding, it makes it that way. Because I could sell toilet paper, but I'm not. Like, if you need a toilet paper roll, you better come over and get one toilet paper roll. That's how I'm doing it. You better, and I've always been that way. That's not just including today. That's been that way.
Like I said, our families stick together, and like I said, we have to be there for each other, and that's why I said I told my family. That's just that one, because they were like, well, "Where you gonna go? Where you be?" I said, "I'm going to your house. I'm going right to your house. If I run out, I'm going to your house." Mm-hmm. And that's what we need to do. We gotta love each other and be there for each other. So you guys, thank you so much. We had a great time. You guys take care of each other. We love you, and we'll see you next time on the Talk It Out show.